What's going on? It's your boy CD Trades, and on my Top Step account, this is the second day. So on the first day, I made $1,455. Okay, as you guys can see, I started it yesterday, and I took about I think 2 or 3 trades yesterday. The only reason I took 3 trades is really one trade, but the reason why I took 3 trades is because I needed to make sure I was below the 1,500, and I was like at like 1,600, right? I didn't want to do extra profit, so I forced myself to lose on that trade, and that's why my win rate is 71%. And win rate doesn't really matter because people have 20% win rate and they are profitable making money, and people are 80% win rate and they lose money all the time. All right. But anyways, so let's go into today's trade. So today's trade, let me show you guys. All right, let's go to 9:30 of today. So you guys can see where we were. Let's do red. Let's make it visible so you guys can see. All right, so this vertical line right here, as you guys can see, that's the 9:30 open. All right. This week we've been selling off like crazy. If you guys see on the daily, and let me hide all my drawings so you guys can see. We've been selling off. We have 7 down closed candles, and out of those seven, I'm sorry, out of those 9 trading days, 2 are bullish, right? So we've been heavily selling this whole time. So now let's go to the 1 minute. Let's remove my drawings. Okay. All right. So these past couple of days, even though we were selling a lot, there was really no entry to getting in. So I was waiting for the first presented fair value gap, and as soon as price opened at 9:30, about 9:32, 9:33, selling about 300, 400 points, and there's no entry to get in, and you have to wait for a retrace. And if you trade like myself using ICT, using the first presented fair value gap, you're not gonna be trading anytime soon, right? So today I was like, yo, all right, let me look at the pre-market to see what was going on and go from there. Okay. So I'm looking at price. All right. So first, I marked up my 8:30 open and my midnight opening. Right. As I did that, I did my London highs, my Asian session highs. So right here is the London highs, and then on top of that was the Asian highs, and vice versa. Same thing right here from three. I put 2:30 to the opening of New York, right? London lows, and then Asia, right, from 6 and so on. From 6, where's 6? There we go. All right, 6 is right here, and so on into London opening. So this was the Asian lows. All right, so first thing we did, I checked to see what was happening in the pre-market. So pre-market at 8:30, we had big news. Automatically went up and sold off to try to close that 8:30 opening that we did. All right, we kept the highs intact and we kept the lows intact. So it was which direction first are we gonna go to, right? The manipulation. So with the manipulation, we never really had manipulation throughout this week because it was just sell off and continue selling off, right? So today was a great day. It had manipulation at the opening, right? It sold off and then it went to buys, right? So at the 8:30 right here, we tried to close everything, right? We tried to close the 8:30 news. So after it went down, got stuck, right? Couldn't really close this gap right here. Still open. So this is candle right here at 927. I see this big fair value gap, right? So I'm noting it in my head. Hey, let me show you guys so you guys can see. So in my head, I'm noting this fair value gap to see, okay, we touched it once. As soon as we touched it again, we automatically started setting off and going to this order block right here. So once I saw that, I was like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna make my entry as soon as possible. And price got me in a little bit below, around like right here. And today I made another $1,450, right? So like I was saying earlier, where's the 930? Okay. Mark it out for you guys to see. 930. Let's make that red so you guys can see. Good. Mark out my fair value gap that I saw this morning. All right. As you guys can see, this fair value gap right here that formed at 927. I wanted to see, okay, are we respecting the mean the consequential enroachment, right? The middle portion of that fair value gap. So we went up, and yes, the wick did the damage multiple times, but it could not close up above, right, to make it into an inverse fair value gap and go up. So in my head, I already knew we were bearish. We're gonna continue going bearish, right? So price went up, and I got my fill right around here. As you guys can see, let me move my fair value gap so you guys could see price better. What's going on? All right, there we go. So as I got in right here. I got in right here, and my profit was Asian and London lows. After Asian and London lows, my stop loss was the top of this fair value gap, right? I knew if price continued going up, that means we were going to buy, right? So price couldn't even go up there. That's what we did this week. So I used my lessons I learned this week of the new markets of how we normally trade. So I'm like, okay, let me take note of that. So today I was able to capitalize and believe that we're going to continue doing what we've been doing this whole week. So price went up. I was in drawdown just for I was in drawdown maybe for like 5 seconds, and then I was in profit right away, right? So let's go back to trading view. Okay, so as you guys saw on top step, and now trading view, that was my entry. It was right here. The reason why, because this fair value gap and price couldn't go into the middle of that fair value gap. So when price continued going down, I was like, okay, you know, it looks like it's really going to take these London lows because it was going fast, right? I like to trade 945, 950 to 1010, right? The macro times because of it going to efficiencies, it taking liquidity and all that stuff. But this past week, I've been seeing, hey, you know what? We haven't been waiting for the macro times. We've been doing it beforehand, right? So once I saw the opportunity, I took the risk. I was risking about $700, and I made $1,400. Right, that's a 2-1 risk and reward. So look, price went down, took the Asian lows, which is right here, and then took the Asian. I'm sorry, took the London lows first, then took the Asian lows, and I got out about right here. I got it right here. I was not trying to be greedy, and plus, I couldn't be greedy because I can't make more than 1,500. So the best bet was to make close to 1,500, which I made 1,450 and closed it. And now on Monday, I don't really trade on Mondays, but I might look to see if I can make $100 there. And if not, I'm just gonna wait till Tuesday for my setups and take a trade there. But this is the road of getting funded, and I hope you guys enjoyed. See you guys next time.